Such a happy morning here at GMA. Now we have Jonathan Van Ness here, JVN. We got to know him as the hair guru on Queer Eye, but you know he's also quite the writer. He's already a New York Times best-selling author, and now he has a new book out. It's called Love That Story, Observations from a Gorgeously Queer Life, featuring essays about everything and anything from his personal style to body positivity. Good morning to you.
Hi.
We've had such fun already.
Yes.
Love having you here. Your warmth and authenticity really just resonate and fill a room. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And I was just saying to you in the break, you do it all. You're an activist. You're a hairstylist. You're a comedian. You're a writer. What made you want to write this book in particular?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, writing had been a form of therapy for years and years. I just never thought that it was like a career choice. And when I wrote my first book, Over the Top, it helped me process so much of my trauma and so many of the things that were just in my mind that I wanted to get on paper. And then when Over the Top came out, it was such an experience of like, I thought that was going to be the hardest part, was writing the book, but it turns out it was incredibly hard, like going through disclosing my HIV status and so many of the other things that I talk about in Over the Top, which kind of made me realize a lot of people don't know as much about HIV as we need to know, which is like why I cover the HIV safety net in this book. And also I just was like, there's so many things that have happened to me personally since Over the Top that I wanted to share. And I think I fell in love with writing, and then that's how Love That Story came about.
I love it. And you said that you have, you've looked into the eyes, you've stared down trauma, addiction, abuse. So you have zero time for anything but authenticity.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just so grateful to be here and to have made it through what I've been through. And I think this is such a pivotal time for everyone. We've been through an incredibly hard few years, but especially for LGBTQIA plus people, we're in a really intense time in history where we're dealing with a lot of onslaught. And as we have midterm elections coming up, I really just felt like these issues that are vexing us, whether it's LGBTQI plus trans rights, if it's non-binary people, it's trans exclusionary radical feminism. There's a big essay in there on that. Whether it's the history of marijuana prohibition, which is also such a huge issue that we've been dealing with in this country. And we're dealing with so many side effects that are related to the prohibition of marijuana that you wouldn't even think about, from like child separation to lack of housing to, there's just so much there that is so interesting that I got to research. And so there's research, there's a memoir, and there's really
there's a lot of
there's a lot there. There's a lot of fun. There's a lot of funny.
There is. It's all in your very singular voice. I want to talk to you about some of those moments. I love your passion for figure skating.
Oh, yeah.
And what I've learned about you is that you really have like held figure skating very close to your heart for many, many years. And you like to also do it. And by the way, you're quite good.
Thank you.
Why is figure skating so important to you?
I think it's because like when we're young, we're very impressionable. I mean, when you're like 0 to 7, they say that like that's when your psyche's developed. And so for me, honey, it was 1992. Christy Yamaguchi was and still is my hero.
There.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it just created this, like it transported me to this place of like possibility and joy where people could like defy gravity, defy physics, and like transport everyone to this like unified place of joy and wonder. And that's just never left me. It is such an incredible thing that people can do. I love it so much, and it really has gotten me through so many tough times.
Yeah, and I also learned about you that you broke barriers. You've been doing this your whole life, starting with when you were a little kid and you were the first male cheerleader in your rural hometown.
Yep.
What would that little kid say to JVN today?
I would never be able to believe it. And I think that's one thing that I want for people so much is I want for people to have the joy and the wonder that I've had in my life. And that's part of why I share my journey with learning and curiosity so openly in this book, because if you would have told me back then, or really in any of the other times in my life up until like Queer
as
Eye,
it happened?
yeah, that this is what was gonna happen to me, I would have said that was just not possible. So for anything in anybody's life that they feel like is out of their reach or not possible,
Keep dreaming, man.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, and I think you're gonna get there.
Yeah, you are such an inspiration.
Thank you.
And a little birdie told me that you might have a GMA cheer for us.
Oh my gosh, okay, it just came to me this morning. I was gonna do a different one, but I think it's like, I say GMA, you say hey, GMA.
Hey.
GMA.
Hey.
Go GMA!
Oh,
Yay!
go GMA! Good one.
Hey, go GMA!
Hey.
You're fingers, GMA. Yay.
Hey, since we saw you last, you're married. Congratulations.
I am. I'm a married person. I'm so excited. My husband's amazing. We have like a full animal rescue.
Menagerie. I know we share that too.
So
I feel
many.
such a kinship with you, and I really do believe that readers will as well. You're so open and authentic. It's just the word, I think. You're a pleasure to be with.
I hope
and the
people
book
read it.
is fantastic. Do read it. Love that story. I do.
Yay.
It's available in stores and online right now.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.